you want to sell digital product, you're either a homeschool mom or you're a teacher or you're just interested in this type of digital product, this video is for you. 2 weeks ago, I started searching for study guides, and I was doing it because my son started reading The City of Ember, and he's also going to start reading the Wing Feather Saga. But I'm like, okay, let me search for study guides because I really want to dive into the literature with my son. And long and behold, I Google and I did find study guides. And of course, I need to purchase them. So I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. This would be an amazing digital product. Or let's say, for example, if this is a saga, right? There's like, I think it's 3 books, if I'm not mistaken. And if I can create 3 different study guides, I'm pretty sure there are other parents, maybe homeschool parents, or maybe even educators that are reading this book with their students, with their children. And you want to go ahead and do maybe like a character analysis or something like that. And guess what? Study guides, that's where they come in. So let me go ahead and teach you how you can create a study guide or multiple study guides, let's say for a saga, and how you can go ahead and sell it online. Let's get started. Okay, so we're on Google and I'm going to start searching for study guides for the Wing Feather Saga. Okay, and let's see what comes up. So here, this is the website that I came across, which was the Teachers Pay Teachers. And they already have the Wing Feather Saga Novel Studies bundle. So we already know, like automatically, what does this tell me? This tells me that there is a market for this. And let's see, let's go under and see if we find any reviews. This is being sold by Walk by Faith. And they have 9 reviews. Let's see some of these reviews, because reviews will let us know what parents, feedback, what parents are thinking about this, what educators think about this bundle. And if we find any negative reviews, that's where we can come in and maybe produce a study guides that address those maybe things that people would want. So now it says this is such a comprehensive resource for the whole series. I have used it as a review or refresher after reading a few chapters of the book. Great, very useful content and full of activities relevant to the lesson. Activities, very important. We need to include activities in our study guides. It says, thank you. This saved me so much time. I'm very happy with my purchase. Let's see any other reviews. I love these books and was so excited to find a resource that I was able to use in my classroom. Questions. Is the faith-based content throughout the material? Is the faith-based content throughout the material? Thanks for asking. In each of these 4 novels, the main focus is on the novel, blah, blah, blah. So here we have it, guys. So this is something that is being purchased. What does that tell you? It tells you that, hey, this is maybe something that you would want to create. Now, I do want to emphasize before we go ahead and create these study guides, I highly recommend that you go onto homeschool forums, maybe homeschool groups, or even for teachers, and start seeing what educators or homeschool families, depending on who's your target audience, what are they reading? What are they interested in? What are they focusing on? What other books? Because maybe it's not the Wing Feather Saga, maybe it's other different types of books. And that will give you an idea of what will sell well and what people are already looking for in the market. So please, I encourage you, don't skip out on the research. Don't just go to your bookcase and just pick out a book because it's interesting to you. No, do some research. Get out there. Start researching what people are already reading and create a digital product based on that. I'm going to go ahead and teach you how you can put it together and what platform you can use to sell your digital product. If I were creating a study guide based on the Wing Feather Saga, let's say the first book, one of the first things that I would ask ChatGPT is, what does a good quality study guide, quality study guide include? Okay, I just want to know, what would a study guide include? Okay, so we have clear objectives, outcomes, a summary of what the learner should know, main concepts and definitions, keywords, definitions. Maybe go ahead, that can translate into maybe like vocabulary words that. Now stick with me to the end of this video because I will teach you how you can sell your digital product, and I have a little gift for you. So let's continue. A child can remember or research or do sentences on according to each chapter is an idea. Visual aid, charts, diagrams, mind maps, and other visual tools that help clarify and organize the information. Examples, study tips, practical advice on how to approach the material, review questions that test understanding of the material. Okay, so your study guide can include all of this and anything else that you would want to include. If you want to provide tests, or if you want to provide maybe like I saw here mind maps or diagrams, you can do a character analysis comparing one character to another, and depending on the book and things like that. So I really like this. Now it says a well-rounded guide provides not just information but also ways to actively engage with the material. Basically, it should include ways that parents or educators can implement and use these guides to study the material, to study the chapters, maybe activities that they can derive from this book. For example, it could be, I don't know, a cooking activity, or maybe how to bring maybe hands-on activities related to the book. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Now what I would do is the following. Create a study guide based on the Wing Feather Saga, book 1, chapter 1. Okay, just take it a step at a time. This is exactly what I would do. I would want to study each chapter, which is what I already do with my homeschoolers. So we would want to just take it one chapter at a time, dissect each chapter. And by the way, the Wing Feather Saga, they have, it's a series on, I think it's on Prime. And you can go ahead and buy it or rent it or something like that. I'm not too sure. Go ahead and check Prime, Amazon Prime. And they have the actual like cartoon episodes. So it's something that it's very cool because after you read the, like say, for example, book 1, maybe you could watch, the first season of the Wing Feather Saga. So it's just something, it's just an idea, guys. So create a study guide based on the Wing Feathers chapter 1. Include vocabulary words, hands-on activities. That's a big one for me. Hands-on activities and a test. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what ChatGPT gives us. Okay, so summary of chapter 1. We are introduced to the Igby family. Okay, great. Vocabulary words. Here we go. We have some vocabulary words. Hands-on activities. This chunk is important to me. Draw a family tree or character web of the Igby family. Label the relationships. Awesome. Activity extension. Have students create a character dictionary with key traits and motivations for each chapter. Love it. Fang creature art. Based on the description of fangs, encourage students to design their version of what fang creature might look like. Okay, there's a map creation and sensory exploration. I love this. And then the test or the quiz would be multiple choice, and you have 1, 2, maybe 4 questions. And then it says review tips, go over the vocabulary words, their definitions. Okay, so I love this. This is very simple. It says this study guide should provide a balanced approach with vocabulary development, creative activities, and comprehension checks. Love it. So now I would go ahead and use this information. So the first thing that I would do is go to Canva, because that's where I would be creating these worksheets and maybe hands-on activities. Like it said it here, there's a map creation. Maybe we can create a map, and all the student would have to do is just fill in the little, let's say if you make little rectangles or circles, they can go ahead and fill it in with the corresponding information based on whatever the activity is asking. So I think this is very cool, and we can obviously create it on Canva. Let's try it. The template that you see is a custom template. It's an 8.5 by 11 inches. It's what I'm going to use to create the study guide for book 1, chapter 1 of this saga. Now, what I'm going to do before I start bringing in all the information that we found on ChatGPT, I want to start with the vocabulary words, but before I do that, I want to go ahead and explore the designs that are already here on Canva when it comes to study guides. I've never done this before, so I'm just curious to see if there's anything here on study guides. So here it says how to study effectively. That's interesting. Study plan. And then we have study planner. We have unlocking unforgettable journeys. So there are a couple of templates on study guides. I love the designs. I really like this design right here, how to study effectively. So there are templates out there already created, but we're going to create our own. What I can also do is, let's say, for example, and you can do this, if you like a particular design, you can go ahead and use it. For example, I really like this one. It's very nice and colorful. Let me see. I was thinking of using something like this, but I'm going to delete all these icons just because it's not what I'm looking for. Maybe just use this one thing right here and then delete this icon. Maybe, let's see, maybe expand this a little bit because I want to go ahead and put the vocabulary words. And here, I'm going to change this how to study, or here, study, and then we're going to put here under effectively. It's not going to be effectively. We're going to put vocabulary. Perfect. Study vocabulary. Let me remove this icon. Maybe this will go right here. And then maybe I can minimize it so that I can add the word vocabulary words. Whoa. I love Grammarly, but I don't need you right now. Words. Okay. We can do something like this. Let me just minimize it a little bit more so that I can fit into that box. So study vocabulary words. Now I'm going to copy and paste what we have here on ChatGPT. And of course, go ahead and edit it, make it your own. So that's no problem. Let me copy and paste that here. And then obviously you can change the font. You can make it extremely different from this. You don't have to have it numbered. Let me go ahead and delete this. You can even copy and paste one by one. So this is one way you can do this. Let me just go ahead and minimize it on the sides. And you can do it like this. Or you can go ahead and duplicate this page, right? Let's go ahead and click on the three dots, duplicate the page, and then you can do it. Let me just delete. I'm going to delete this first one, right? And then what we're going to do, we can add little icons or maybe like dotted lines. Not dotted lines. I mean, wait, give me 1 second. And of course, I love Grammarly, but this is what happens when you have Grammarly. And maybe we can find an element. And let's say it says the last name of the family at the center of the story. You could introduce this word as a family. So let's just go ahead and search for like family icons. And then maybe we can use it here. So for instance, it could be, a home can stand for a family. Okay. And then we could start using different icons here. There you go. And then just expand it so we can add more words. So what's the next word? So if we go to Google, it says Glipwood, the town where the Igby family lives, known for its mysterious and dangerous surroundings. So we're going to copy this. We're going to go back to Canva. We're going to duplicate this and paste that word, Glipwood. And now this stands for a town. So let's go ahead and go under elements and we're going to search for town. Now here under town, you can search, you can go ahead and choose an icon that best fits the description of a town. And let's say we want to go ahead and use something like, I'm looking for something small. So maybe something like this. This could be pretty cool. And then all you have to do is, all you have to do is, oh my gosh, move it a little bit up and then move this slightly down. And there you go. And you start creating the vocabulary word. So either you can create it as a list, or you can start adding icons and so on and so forth. So that's just an example. I'm going to go ahead and add more words, but I'm going to fast forward through this part. Okay, so let's pretend that we already finished all the vocabulary words, and now we're going to go ahead and create an activity. So now for the activity, the type of activity that you can do with like vocabulary words, it's like matching the words. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this part because this can take some time, but I do want to show it to you so that you can see what I mean. Drop. There you have it. So this is just a quick matching activity where they can match the vocabulary word to the definition. So here we have the study, basically the vocabulary words that they need to study, and this is the matching activity that they can do. Now, obviously, I didn't include all the words, but in a real case scenario, you would include all the words, and you can come up with your own way, your own version of this type of worksheet. Now let's move on to a mind map. I'm going to go ahead and add a page so that you can see. I'm going to, under elements, and here I'm going to clear the search, and I'm going to search for mind maps. There are plenty of mind maps here on, on Canva, and many that you can use for something like a study guide. So for instance, you can do something like this right here, and all you would need to do is provide the directions of this activity. And for example, let's say this is a character analysis. So what I would do is that I would want to keep this same style let's see, I like this style of the font and the effect. So I like this style, so I would copy that and I would paste it here. And then I can even copy this rectangle. I can copy that and I can paste it here. So all I have to do is switch the position. The position has to be in the back, and there you go. Now we have that same scheme. And then here I would go ahead and click on text, and then I would click on heading. And then here I would, let's say, minimize the size. I would write directions. And then under directions, I would include something like analyze character XYZ. And let me go ahead. And if you don't know what you would come up with, just go on to ChatGPT and see what we can find, copy and paste here. And also make sure, I'm a big believer of, if you're going to do something and you're going to use ChatGPT, make it authentic to what you want to do, what you want to achieve. For example, here it says activity extension, have students create a character dictionary. Well, you can do that as well. And how do you create a character dictionary? All you would have to do is go here on Canva. And I'm sorry to get off topic, but I do want to, before I forget, I do want to go ahead and show you this. Let's say we go to elements And let's say, out of curiosity, let me check for dictionary icon or just dictionary. Let's see what comes up. Dictionary. Oh, let's see. Dictionary. Let's see. Dictionary page. Let's see what this comes up with. You know what? We're going to have to create our own. The way that I would approach this whole dictionary, how to create the dictionary, I would actually make it into a cutout activity. How so? Let's go ahead and let me search for a rectangle. I am going to, let's see, something like this. This is perfect. But I'm going to rotate it. Make sure it's 90 degrees. Maybe make it smaller. It just depends on how you want to go about this. So I would duplicate it. Maybe make it a little bit more up. And then duplicate it here. And obviously spacing right now is a little off, but you can go ahead and figure that out. And then what I would do, I would look for notebook lines. And then under notebook lines, I would look for just lines that would fit in here. Maybe something like this. And you can always crop it. So that's a good thing. So let's say I would leave it here. And then I would crop. Let's see, crop. And then I would just make it fit in here. And then I would be done with this. And now we have some lines in here. You can write a word. So what you would have your student do is write a word here. And then you would, let's say, for example, we're studying the character of Quill. Okay, so it would be Quill, and then you would put a definition here or the motive, the character motive here. And you would do that over and over again. And an easier way, let's say, for example, if this is what you want to do, this is a format that you want to use, you can go ahead and delete the ones that you already created. You can, let's just say, instead of putting Quill, character, and then you would click and drag, you would group, and then you can duplicate. So now all you have to do is just duplicate it over and over again. You duplicate it again and again and again. And then what you can do is you can have your student cut this off, and then you can staple it together, and you have a little dictionary. Now I'm going to see I'm going to go ahead and click on group because I want to see something. I clicked on the rectangle. I'm going here where it says border style. And one thing that you can do is, because you want it to be a cutout, you can use one of these here. For example, this option. And then you can have, let's say border weight. You can make it as big or as small as you want. And now it's a cutout activity. Let me just go ahead and go back to that. You can even make it smaller, and you can choose from these options. And here you go. This is the border weight. So you can do something like this if you'd like. And you can go ahead and also, you don't have to pick the shape. It could be another shape, and you can do the same thing to the border so that you can signal, it can be identified as a cutout activity. So these are just some ideas that you can come up with when you're doing a study guide. Then you would put it together. Okay, let's say, for example, let's say this is completed. We did all our pages. It's a total of 10 pages for chapter 1, right? Then what you would do is you would click on share, then download, then you would save it as a PDF print file or PDF standard. It says PDF print is best for printing. I know I would be printing this. So, as a parent, as a homeschool parent, so PDF print would be great. And then you would save it. And where would you go ahead and put this? Like, how can people access it? This is one of my favorite tools. It's not only because it's so affordable, but because it's so user-friendly. I'm not tech savvy. I am not the most techie person, but I think that this is, instead of creating a whole website or building a WordPress website, which I have tried before in the past years ago, and I had such a hard time, you can have something like a stand store. Let me go ahead and show you what this is. What you're looking at right now is Stan, and you can create a Stan store where you can have all your digital products. You can have your online courses, ebooks, I mean, now you have auto DMs. It is amazing. And the best part is that it's super affordable. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to my stand store so that you can see the digital products and products that I provide. Now here, how would you create your own stand store? If you want to learn how to create one, you can go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put the playlist of my stand store. I think I have 2 videos on that. There are tutorials on how to create digital products here, but I'm going to share with you how you can create this specific study guide product here step by step. So now you would go here under my store, you would go on add product. There is something very cool that I want to share with you guys that I believe it is so helpful, especially if you want to sell, it doesn't have to be the study guide, but if you want to sell something else like a workbook or something, this is extremely helpful and you'll understand why. So because this is a digital file, it is considered a digital product. Your digital product is going to be the PDF. It's the PDF that we created on Canva, right? A digital product, it can be your PDF. It says guides, templates, exclusive content, ebooks, you name it. But now what's very cool is that you can sell your product as an actual physical product. How? By printing it out. You print out the guides, you put it together, and you could do it 2 ways. I can't wait to share this with you because I'm like, this is brilliant. So the first way is your digital product. You click on digital product, and then you start building your product. So let's say, for example, pick a style. You're going to see what this looks like here on the right hand side. Every time I click on, for example, button, this is exactly how it's going to appear. But if you click on call out, it's going to show a little bit more information, and then preview, you're going to be able to provide a preview of what this product is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just click on call out. I really like this one. Then you choose an image for your product. If you created the front cover of this guide, you go ahead and choose it here, or you can create a specific other, image to post here as a thumbnail. So you choose image. There are already some images here. I'm going to just choose anything here that we already have. So I'm just going to crop. That's what I'm going to use just so that you can get a visual. It says digital download. And here under we will deliver this file right to your inbox. You can go ahead and write exactly what you will be delivering. Let's say, for example, I'm just going to put study guides for now so that we can move along quickly and you can understand. Study guides will be delivered to you or to your email. Now, by the way, if you hear some noise in the background, is because they're working on my fence. So yeah, that's happening. Anyway, now I'm going to leave the button where it says download now. I'm going to leave it as that. I'm just going to click on next. Under next, you choose an image. Again, you choose another image. I'm going to choose the same one. You can create an image of this. You can create images of the interior pages of your study guide. And here it says get my template, ebook, or course. You can really pretty much put anything. You could put study guides. Okay. Whoa. Study guides. Oh my God, I can't type. Can't write. Get my study guides now. And then obviously you put something in the body. You can add a picture. You can add a video, maybe a video of yourself talking about the study guides, or a video of a family that purchased the study guides and saw some success with it, so on and so forth. Click, it says purchase. The call to action is purchase, but here we have the price. Now you can go ahead and say, let's say, for example, it's $5. You can see it here. It's going to change. And then if you want to go ahead and provide a discount, you can. And then how you collect information, the name, email. If you add a field, it's going to give you other choices. And then here is where you upload that file. So if you click on upload, I have here how to study. That's the guide that I created on Canva. And then all you have to do is click publish. And guess what? Your product is live. You can start sharing your link, whether it's on your YouTube channel, with your audience on Facebook or on Instagram, which has I've seen a lot of people have their stand store and they sell their digital products, their stand store digital products on Instagram, and that has worked really well. I myself have not tried that yet just because I don't want to use Instagram. That's just me, but that's something that you can do. Now, if you want to create the physical, I'm talking about the physical guide that people can buy from you, and instead of selling it at $2, you can sell it at $20, and you have the printouts. Now, with this option, you can sell it through your stand store, but you do have to commit to the fulfillment. You have to do the printing. You have to do the shipping. So it takes a lot more time, but if it's something that you would like to do, it's definitely an option. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to just go ahead and save this as a draft. I'm at my store. I'm going to scroll down and click on add a product. If you want to sell these study guides and you want to do the printing and you want to put it together into an actual book that you can ship out, you can. How do you do that? You do that through the custom product option. So you would click on that, and here you would have to choose the obviously the button or the call out, whichever you would want. And the fulfillment, let me just go ahead and click on the checkout page. Here in this, you would add a field, and in this field, you would request their mailing address, okay? Because you would need to ship this product to them, right? So instead of it being a digital product, you have to make it a point. For example, here, you're going to put study guide booklet, okay? Study guide booklet, and then here under the description of the product, you would actually put it in there that you are mailing, this is a physical product. See, get your booklet. And then the purchase stays the same. You would change the price, obviously, to, let's say it's $25.99. You have to bump up the price because there is a cost to shipping this. Under the collect information, you would click on add a field. You can click on text, and you would request mailing address. Okay. And this is required. And then if you want to take it a step further and you want to get in contact with them, go ahead and make sure that their phone number is required, phone number required, mailing address required. And you would click on publish, and now you can start selling your product. But now you're thinking, how in the world am I going to put this together? Well, you can print out if you have a printer, you can print it out yourself, and you would use an actual binding machine. Let me show you. You would need a binding machine, spiral coil binder. Okay. Do you see these machines? This is exactly what you would need to put together your booklet. So let's say, for instance, and if you want to do small booklets, or maybe like just there are so many things that you can do, so many different machines that you can buy. Let me go ahead and click on this bestseller one. I'm going to go ahead and put the links of these items that I have, that I'm looking at right now. So if you're interested, you can always go ahead and purchase them and start practicing and playing around with these and see how it would work. So this is exactly what it would look like, a booklet that you can produce with this type of machine. Now let me go back and see what other machines there are. This one is $70. The good thing about using one of these and you want to do it yourself is that once you buy it, that's it. You don't have to keep buying this, which is great. The only thing that you're going to probably have to buy are the coil, like the little coil items. And let me go ahead and check on this one. Let me see what this looks like. And you can go ahead and start Googling and seeing what options are there, depending on what you want to do, and so on and so forth. Let me double check this. So, okay. It doesn't look, I mean, to be quite honest, it looks very simple, fairly simple to do. So for the past, I don't know how many weeks, I have been doing research on, how do so many videos go viral? I've been studying different creators, their hooks, what they say, what they say in the first 3 seconds, 7 seconds, how they capture their audience, what is their call to action, what type of products are they leading people to. And so I've been gathering data and hooks, viral hooks, for so many weeks now, and I have gathered 50, a total of 50 that I have put together into a document that you can go ahead and download for free. And you can go ahead and use them. Let me know how it went. If they are actually causing you to get more traction into on your videos, whether it's through YouTube Shorts or on Instagram. And are you adding that call to action to your stamp store products, to your lead magnets, ebooks, you name it. Let me know how that goes. But it would be very interesting to see if they really work, because I have been seeing there's like I could say 5 that I know of right now at the top of my head. They say the same things in just different ways in different niches. It can go from Christianity to something completely dumb as an entertaining video about food. Or, I mean, it's insane, but it's more or less the same language. They just convert it into whatever it is that they're talking about in their niche. So it would be very interesting to see, if you use it, what is the outcome. I hope those 50 viral hooks are helpful for you. I know I'm going to start trying them and seeing the type of traction that I get. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I will see you on the next video. God bless.